and girls, and welcome to this week's virtual assembly. We really hope you enjoyed last week's virtual assembly, and we've got a jam-packed one for you today with lots and lots of fun things. We hope you enjoy watching it with your families at home or in school, and please do share with us if you've watched it or what you liked about it, and if there's anything you think we could include in our assembly, because our assembly is about our school. You're part of our school and we want you to be involved as much as possible. So keep learning, and hopefully we will see you all very, very soon. So on today's agenda, we're going to look at our Seesaw Superstars of the Week. There has been an amazing amount of wonderful work being uploaded onto Seesaw, and we've picked just a few of some of the wonderful work. We're also going to look at our choice of the week this week to see what it is, and it's also Random Acts of Kindness Week. So we're going to look at what you've been doing across the school. We're going to look at Lent and what we can do to prepare ourselves for Lent and what we can do during Lent. And Mrs. O'Neill has been working extremely hard looking at our library assistant. So we're very excited to launch our wonderful library and for some of our boys and girls to take on the role of the library assistants. And we'll finish off with a final message from Mrs. Mackay.
Hello boys and girls, it's Mrs. Mackay here, just checking in with you this week in our virtual assembly, just to see how you're doing and to make sure that everybody's keeping safe and well. You will know the exciting news that primary 1, 2 and 3 are coming back to school next Monday. Yay! So they're going to have to be in bed early on Sunday night to make sure that they don't sleep in on Monday morning. It is very exciting about you coming back to school, and I know that your teachers are very, very much looking forward to you being back in school so we can crack on with your learning and your teaching. It is really important that when you come back to school, you know that you're going to be safe, and we've been working very hard to make sure that that's the case. So when you come into school, we're going to make sure that you're washing your hands, that you're not too close to your friends, and all the things that we have to do just to reassure you that being in school is the happy, safe place that it was before all of this started, before Christmas. Primary 4 and 7, unfortunately, we're not able to welcome you back just yet. Some of you, however, will be in the Learning Hub, and that will continue to be the case. But for all of you who will still be learning at home, it is really important that you continue to come online to Seesaw, or that you continue to do your learning packs, because although you're not in school, your learning is every bit as important as the ones who are in school with us just now. So we'll continue to keep up to date with what's happening and what the guidance is, and when it is time for you to come back to school, we will be so excited about that. We are missing you lots, we're missing everybody lots, and we can't wait to see how much you have all grown. I am quite sure that those wee ones in primary 1s really look like primary 3s by now, and my primary 7s, I'm sure if you weren't already taller than me, you certainly are taller than me now, because I'm not growing. I'm certainly not growing up the way. So I'm going to pass you over to Mrs. McEachran, who is leading our virtual assembly. The work in Seesaw has been amazing. We have got some more Seesaw stars. I'm loving the wide variety of things that you're doing. The teachers in St Kevin's and the management team have been working really hard learning how to sign and use Makaton. And so we're going to start introducing that into our assemblies now. So you're going to learn how to communicate using sign, which is going to be a really good thing. And you will be able to tell us how to say your name, how to say hello, how to say bye, and various other things that you can watch examples on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to see how that works in both our schools. And I'll just have a wee word with you at the end of it. So I'm going to go just now. I've spoken enough, and here comes the next exciting bit.
So yet again, we have been blown away by the amazing work that you have been doing at home, that you've been uploading to Seesaw. It's just been wonderful. And what we decided to do was, the other day, we took a little screenshot of some of the numbers of posts that have been added, of comments, of likes of work and visits by family members. And we wanted to show you it today just so you can see how much work is going on across our school. So 1,134 posts were added in the last 7 days. 961 comments. That might be by yourself, by your teacher, by your friends in your class. 1,265 likes of student work and 21 visits by family members. So lots and lots of likes, of comments, of posts of work. So well done this week and keep it going. So Mrs. Mackay, Mrs. Gardiner and I have looked through some of the amazing work that has been uploaded, and we've chosen a couple of Seesaw superstars for this week across our classes. So we really hope you enjoy looking at some of the wonderful work that's going on.
Want a biscuit. Well done.
Times 8 is 48. 6 times 10 is 60. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 3 is 18.
Tonight my mum is going to make some dumplings and I might draw some Chinese pictures.
So as well as our Seesaw superstars this week, Mrs. O'Neill has very kindly put a little video together showing all of the amazing work that you have been doing in Seesaw in response to our article of the week, which this week is Article 31, the right to play, rest, art and culture. And all of the amazing work that you're doing is helping us on our way to achieving our Silver Award as a rights respecting school. So sit back and look at all of the amazing work that's been going on this week. moving on to our choice of the week. So last week we had a Guess Who. Let's see what we have this week. So just to remind us, we might have a joke of the week, a fact of the week, an on this day, a news story from around the world, or a quote of the week, a sports fact of the week, a movie or music clip or fact of the week, or a Guess Who. And this week we have 2 choices of the week. And the first one is a news story from around the world. This news report is from the Newsround website. Our news story of the week is all about glaciers and icebergs. Why are glaciers and icebergs important? A new study has shown that the world's ice is melting at a faster rate than previously thought. According to the study, the Earth lost 28 trillion tonnes of ice between 1994 and 2017, which is the same as a sheet of ice 100 metres thick covering the whole of the UK. We spoke to Dr. Isabel Lawrence, an Earth observation scientist at the University of Leeds, to find out more about how this will affect the planet, from polar bears to people.
I'm Dr. Isabel Lawrence and I'm an Earth observation scientist at the University of Leeds. The aim of our study was to calculate how much of Earth's ice has melted in response to climate change. To do this, we looked at different elements of the Earth's cryosphere, including sea ice, which forms when the ocean surface freezes in the winter, the vast ice sheets of Antarctica and Greenland, which sit on land and are kilometres thick, and glaciers in Earth's mountain regions, such as the Himalayas and the Andes. We found that 28 trillion tonnes of Earth's ice melted in 23 years. To put that into context, you can imagine that the whole of the UK was covered in a sheet of ice 100 metres thick. That's how much ice Earth lost in just over 20 years. Earth's ice is melting because the atmosphere and oceans are warming in response to climate change. Climate change is driven by human activities such as burning fossil fuels to make energy and deforestation. Climate change doesn't affect all areas of Earth equally. For example, the Arctic is warming around 2 to 3 times faster than the rest of the planet. Because it's white, one of the main roles of Arctic sea ice is to reflect incoming solar radiation back into space in the summer months, which helps keep the Arctic cool. Because the Arctic is losing its ice cover, solar radiation, instead of being reflected, is being absorbed by the oceans and the atmosphere, which is causing the Arctic to warm faster than the rest of the planet. But it isn't just humans who are affected by Earth's melting ice. For example, in the Arctic, algae live on the underside of sea ice. These are eaten by fish, which are eaten by seals, which in turn are eaten by polar bears. In other words, the entire food chain relies on Arctic sea ice for its survival. And as Arctic sea ice disappears, the whole ecosystem could be disrupted.
Our next choice of the week is a quote of the week. And you may remember at the beginning of today's assembly, we spoke about how this week is Random Acts of Kindness Week. So the quote we have today really ties in with that. So our quote of the week this week is, "Kindness, it costs nothing but means everything." What do you think that means? Why do you think it's important to be kind? Has there ever been a time where you have been kind? Has there ever been a time where you maybe haven't been kind? Now more than ever, it's so important to be kind to each other. That might be in what we do, that might be in what we say. But we know as a school, we try to be kind all of the time. And this week, you have been doing something wonderful to share how you have been being kind. So first of all, we've got to say a huge thank you to Mrs. O'Neill for organising this Act of Kindness Padlet. And throughout this week, you have been posting, as well as teachers and staff in the school have been posting all of the things that they have done to celebrate being kind. So just now we're going to take a little bit of time to look through this wonderful Padlet and read all of the amazing things that you have been doing this week.
Sometimes it's easy to feel like the world's getting harder. But if we look closer, on the news, on the web, on the street, we're anything but unkind. Every day, we hear new stories of people trying to make the world a better place. And together, we can make the world that little bit kinder for all of us. It all starts with just one person, you. The thing about kindness is that it's just about the only thing in the world that doubles when you share it. And it's a fact, backed by science. Studies have shown that if you perform just one random act of kindness a day, you'll not only reduce your stress, anxiety, and depression, but your body is flooded with the same hormones that make you and the person you've helped calmer, healthier, and happier. Serotonin, which heals your wounds, helps you relax and makes you feel good. Endorphins, which reduce pain. And oxytocin, which reduces blood pressure and makes you feel more loving and loved. You'll both be more energized, feel less aches and pains, more confident, and could even live longer. And if other people see you helping someone else, they'll be filled with those same feel-good hormones, meaning they're significantly more likely to pay it forward. Like taking that extra moment to hold the elevator for someone, spotting a coffee for a stranger who's just a few cents short, giving your neighbor a hand with their groceries, even just smiling and meaning it. It doesn't take much, but it can make a huge difference for everyone. Those people you've helped will help other people, and those other people will help even more people. And those random acts of kindness can start a chain reaction that can spread across an entire community, a city, a country, and with enough of us, the world. Now, isn't that the world we all want? And it all starts with one.
So we hope you enjoyed watching that little video and reading all of the lovely, lovely kind comments on the Padlet this week. And remember, kindness, it costs nothing but means everything. So be kind to your family, be kind to your friends, and be kind to each other. So you may know that yesterday was Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent. And during the season of Lent, we reflect and prepare for the celebrations of Easter. What can we do during Lent? Well, Lent is a time when we can make a sacrifice to remember when Jesus was in the desert with nothing to eat or anything to drink. He was there for 40 days, which is why the season of Lent lasts for 40 days. It is a time when God wants us to be thankful for what we have and remember all the people in the world who do not have enough to eat or drink or don't have a place to stay. It's also a time when we could show kindness to others. So during this season of Lent, think about something that you could do that could help others. It might be helping around the house, doing some chores like washing the dishes, making your bed. It might be helping a brother, a sister, a cousin with their schoolwork. It might be playing with a friend in school or out of school that you don't normally play with.
Okay, I think we're ready. Do you know what day it is, Sasha?
Pancake Day!
Yeah, that's right. But the proper name for it is Shrove Tuesday.
Shrove Tuesday?
Yeah, and tomorrow is the start of Lent, the 40 days leading up to Easter, when we remember the Christian story of the temptation of Jesus.
What's that?
After Jesus' baptism, the Holy Spirit guided him into the wilderness, where he spent 40 days and 40 nights without food. The devil tried to tempt him to do things, for example, turn stones into bread to eat, but Jesus refused every time.
That sounds really hard.
It was. That's why we usually give up something for Lent, like sweets or fizzy drinks, to remember how Jesus resisted temptation. Do you know what the day after Pancake Day is called?
Biscuit Day?
No, silly. It's called Ash Wednesday. It's the first day of Lent. In many churches, the vicar will make the sign of the cross on people's foreheads with ashes. This symbolises that we feel sorry for any bad things we've done.
I didn't know that.
Now you do. Okay, go get Mum so you can make pancakes.
Yay!
If you or your family are doing something for Lent, don't forget to share it with us via Seesaw or when you're in school. As you know, we have a beautiful library in our school and we just can't wait till you're all back and you can be in there reading books and learning and working together. Mrs. O'Neill has been working very hard to get our library looking fantastic for you all to use as soon as you're back in school. And she has some very, very exciting news to share with you.
Over the past week, Primary 6 and 7 have been busy applying for the library assistant jobs to help with the development and running of our school library. Thank you so much to all of those who have applied. Lots of great applications were submitted and your applications as well as your skills in class and virtually were used to make the final decision. A big congratulations to our new library assistants. They are Iman, Rian, Jochebed, Victor and Declan, all from Primary 6. Jack, Amanda, Louise, Zihan and Fatu, all from Primary 7. We look forward to our library assistants helping with our school library for you all to enjoy.
Before we finish off today's virtual assembly, you might remember that at the beginning, Mrs. Mackay told you that the staff at St Stephen's and St Kevin's are learning how to sign Makaton. They're so excited to share their learning with you and take it forward as a whole school so that we can communicate with each other. So we've got a little video to introduce some of the signs at today's assembly, but keep an extra eye out at next week's assembly where you might just see some familiar faces teaching you some signs that you can join along with at home or in school. Happy signing!
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Good morning. Good morning. Good night. Good night. Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Welcome.
Okay, boys and girls, that's the end of this week's virtual assembly. It's been lovely spending some time with you and I look forward to doing the same again next week. In the meantime, keep safe, keep looking after yourself and everyone in your family. Be kind, make good choices and take great care. Missing you lots. See you soon.